funny that you bring up identity. I had tried to change my name back to Selema a few times. I was named after my grandfather. When I first got on TV, they would font me at ESPN as Selema Masekela, and people wanted to call me Sal or whatever. I was okay with it, but I'm like, people got to see my name on the screen. There was an executive who came up to me. I was the NBA Western Conference sideline reporter for a season on ESPN and ABC in 2003 and 2004, which was insane. Guy from the X Games gets to go stand sideline at NBA games. It was ridiculous. The ultimate finesse, one might say. And the president of the network at the time of programming came up to me backstage before the game started one day. He was visiting. He was in his shiny suit. He's like, "Hey, we want to make you a star." I was like, "Yeah? Yeah, you've got the stuff, you know? But we got to do something about this name thing." And I was like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "Well, you know, the audience is confused, and let's face it, if you're a family in the Midwest, like, and they see this name, they're trying to read it, they can't pronounce it, and they hear you people calling you Sal, so like," and then he literally put his hands up in quotes and said, "Sal Masekela. It just rolls off the tongue. Let's just go with it." And I found myself in that moment. I acquiesced in that moment. And I remember going out to like do my first hit in the game, and I was like, not even in my body. Because this guy told me that I couldn't be, if I wanted to go to the next level, I had to be digestible for people who wouldn't have the space to understand where I come from. So just, let's just clean it up a little bit. And every time that I tried to change my name back, my whole team, lawyers, agent, managers, would be like, you'd be on these calls, and everyone's giving you a reason why, if you choose your name, you're gonna fumble the bag. Like, this is your brand, this is your identity. So if you choose your name, like, you're not gonna make money. Like, we've already built this thing. You can't go backwards. And it was in 2020, in the midst of that very, very powerful summer, in the midst of Ahmaud Arbery and George Floyd and countless others. I just woke up one day. I remember I woke up and I shot out of bed. Whoosh. And I was like, yep, that's it. It's a wrap. Today is the day. Called the whole team. I said, we're not going to have, this is not a discussion. This is it. I am Selema Masekela, Selema Mabena Masekela from this day moving forward. And if it means that I don't work anymore, I'm fine. Because I got to be able to walk in the entirety of my body. I'm done being digestible and easy, especially if they're going to continue to extinguish us from this planet and set the bar higher and higher for what is acceptable blackness. Like, it's a wrap. Like, I'm done. And that changed everything, changed social media, etc. And I was also prepared. Like, I was prepared to be like, maybe it is a wrap. But it hasn't been. And I think I've thrived more so. I feel taller. I literally grew like a couple of inches just from that simple choice. Like, I went from here to here. And, that happened in my late 40s. And so, yeah, it's a long answer to your question about identity. I feel like I continue to step into the fullness of what's possible within my identity, and it not being dictated to me by a system or systemic structures that aren't really interested in the entirety of me anyway.